camera. Watch everybody eating breakfast.
Oh, that's the perfect time.
Everybody's best time in the morning.
She's still there.
Oh, sign in. What am I signing up for? Oh, just to say that we've been here, done that. Yes. No. One. Not me.
Favorite part of the day. Favorite part of the year. The best part of the year.
I guess this is going back this way. Here, we'll go this way. So you can enjoy your breakfast and try to write at the same time.
Welcome. I was thinking about getting the torn.
I never know. Oh, yeah.
We're going to raise this up so we can see Dr. James come in.
Dennis.
Ready to go?
Yep.
So bright.
Yeah, next one's Google.
Good morning, everybody. By presidential proclamation by Obama, it is Nurses Week. Okay, nurse, stand up. Stand up, my nurses. I got a few of you. Come on. I know you're all humble, sweet. Oh, no, that's food on your laps. That has nothing to do with... Okay, good. So, Obama made the proclamation. Usually it's Saturday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday. But does anybody know what days of the week the Nurses Week are?
Yeah.
Every day, but when did it start?
The 11th.
2 days.
Started
And I
on...
went from the 6th
Started on Wednesday
to the
and
11th.
it's going to the next Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Everybody else is Saturday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday.
But the Canadian one goes from the 11th to the 17th.
That's the
Way to go, nurses.
There you go. Somebody knows more than I do.
So they just get the months. Let's just make it easy.
Good.
Let's go months.
Okay, and appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
Okay, did anybody get a little piece of paper that shows you this? No. Some did, but that's okay. We can make more copies. It's called Action at the Acreage. So, let's play this, Dennis. It's not this kind of action here. You guys got to be really quiet. It's a song McKay and I sang.
Oh.
McKay, can you turn it up?
Yeah.
Just turn it up. Yeah.
Okay, just for your... Okay. How do we get the volume higher?
He's got it.
He's got her. Okay.
Those hot sheep out there. Time for change. Oh no man. Feeling shaggy, gotta change man. Gotta get this world, get the dog off. Oh, it feel good when you do that. Oh, it feel good when you see that. Watch that raise a man, dangerous to a man. Watch me when you're a fool man. Oh, it feel good when you do that. Oh, it feel good when you see that. Tell that fly down. Tell that fly down. this church. You ladies, check me home.
Okay, so who could? Oh, we don't need to hear that again. So you had me, McKay, Esther, and Janet sound like Shaggy, right? You can hear almost hear the words. What was the gist of what's going on here? Change, right? And a lot of times, life is about change. When I was in university, fresh off the boat out of high school, knowing not a lot, my chemistry teacher says, most important thing in life to know is change is always going to happen. And he goes, the most constant thing is change. I go, that doesn't sound right. As I've grown up, from high school on, change has always happened. Always change. And sometimes it's for the good. Sometimes it's thrust upon you and it's not as good as you think it should be, but after a while you go, that was good. It ended up being good. So if you look down at action at the acreage, that Friday we're going to start early. We're going to get off early. We're going to get off at noon. We're going to go down to McGrath. Okay, Dennis.
Just hit escape.
Hit escape. We're going to shear some.
There you go. Yeah. Click there.
Shear some skeet. Come on.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Everybody knows where McGrath is, correct? The little place south of us. You go past the airport. Everybody know where the airport is? Okay. Drive past the airport. You'll come to a little town called Welling. Keep going through Welling. The road's going to take a little left. Sorry, if you're going to Raymond. But you're going right, so you're going to McGrath. And you'll come to some elevators, and presto, that's the big town of McGrath. So when you're in McGrath, you're going to go down Main Street. That's right here, Main Street. And you'll stop at our McGrath office, put your hand over your heart, and go, this is it. This is awesome. And keep going down that road until you have to make either you're going to go onto a little gravel road, don't take that. Take a left, go down a hill, keep on the main road, and you'll have to make a decision about where is that, Dan? Right here where the cemetery is.
No, that green's the cemetery.
This one here is the cemetery. So there is a little sign that says McGrath Golf Course. Al has paved the way to that place. Right, Al? Al, Dad, you played there?
My truck's on autopilot. It turns in there
Yeah.
automatically.
It's Sniff's Golf Course. And if you're lucky enough to be with Al, you'll take a right there. And you go right by that cemetery. And I know Dan and I are old, but we aren't there yet. So then, you're on this road right here. It turns into gravel. You go 1.5 miles. Oh boy, this is fun. 1.5 miles, and there's a farmhouse on the right-hand side. Don't go in there. That's the renters. They have shotguns and guns. Take the next little roadway down. It'll be marked. And it'll be like the beaten path going down. Is this it? Is that what I need right there, guys? There we go. You know, the problem is this was filmed in the wintertime. Yeah.
Scroll or do you just scroll?
will have a better map than this. McGrath Golf Course. Right here. Okay. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the winter, and you can't really see it that well. We have better pictures for that. And you follow that little road. The exciting things are right off the bat, you got to cross a creek when you get down to the bottom. In your car. Take it slow. You go fast, big problems. I'll have to get my bobcat to dig you out. It is okay. We take the farm machinery across that. We do a lot of stuff. And it's one of the exciting things of your life if you've never crossed a creek in a car.
Have you tried taking a Honda Civic across?
It's that deep.
Or my little Hyundai. Hopefully she
You'll be
makes
fine.
it.
You'll be fine. Don't let McKay drive you across in my car. No, he goes a little fast. So that's the exciting thing is it's going to be something fun starting at 2 o'clock. So you got 2 hours to get to McGrath. It only takes Dan 15 minutes when he drives. And maybe Michelle 20. 30 minutes, yeah. It'll take
From the
about,
office to there is 30.
it'll take about a half hour to get to my place. Our place. So if you look at your things here, what does that mean? 2 to 6. Well, that'll be mostly food, shotguns, 22s, bow and arrows, pony rides, and we'll get Astro Jump of Southern Alberta and throw something up for the kids. Wheel rings, yeah, the ring. So the next thing is food, right? So if you look down here, if your last name is from A to M, bring a salad. If your last name starts from N to Z, any Americans in here? Okay, I don't have to say Z. N to Z, bring brownies. Oh, should have been the other way. Because Holland or Henry, no matter which way we get it, you're bringing a salad. You can be exempt and bring your
You can
bring both. Brownies with the mint icing. Okay, that's a must. And bring lawn chairs and quilts. There should be ample parking. We have 160 acres there. But don't wreck the grass. How's that? There'll be some quads there. We'll have some fun. We'll just make up our own fun. So why did I play that video about change? Because this is a change. This is the first inaugural action at the acreage. And it's a Friday afternoon. Hopefully we can make it, well, an every year deal. And every year make it better and better and better. That's it for me. We'll get a better map that you can take home. And GPS locations. If your husbands can make it at 6, let us know. We'll save a little doggy bag or some food or something for them. But the fire pit will be, how big is that fire pit, McKay? 6 feet across? 4? I think 4 feet across. And hot dogs and other stuff will be there for the kids. It'll be a blast. So, did I miss anything? Okay. We're going to turn the time to Sabello, then Angela, then Dennis, and Kinsley, and then Sherry can finish it. Get away.
Okay, so we're actually going to be donating our learning moment to Jackie with the health and safety training this week. Thanks. So on the marketing front, there's a couple of things that I wanted to get everybody up to speed on. One, the website is getting a new facelift this month. So Dennis has been, not Dennis, sorry, Daniel's been working feverishly, working with the guys from YP, getting it up to speed. So I think you'll like it. The layout will be nice for the patients to better navigate through our site, getting critical information on our site, which also means that we need to get updated provider profiles. So if you already have a profile on our current website, this is an opportunity to review it, see if there's anything that you like about it, anything you don't like about it, let us know. And if you're a provider, you don't have a profile, you can either start working on one or start working on one for you. So if you have a thought on what you want to share about yourself as a provider with the community, please start, get cracking on what you want, just some points, that's all we need. So you guys let us know what information you want us to share with you on our site.
Are you allowed to, have we confirmed that we're allowed to put links to, like, say, LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yes, but I think there's some sensitivity as to what other information we can put on it. LinkedIn is safe because the content's not exactly embedded within our site, so we should be okay. So that's the one that we'll push it.
Okay.
So if anyone that doesn't have a LinkedIn profile, I think we offered last meeting as well. If you want us to help you with your LinkedIn profile as a provider, let us know. We're happy to do so. And I think that's pretty much it, except for the fact that by this time next month, we'll all be issuing new patient gifts. We've updated our current offering. We're almost all out of current patient gifts, so give us about 3 more weeks. I think we'll like it. The primary goal is to promote our other services over at Allure. It's a nice little gift basket for the ladies with some product from Allure. So hopefully we'll do some cross-marketing between the dental side and the spa. For the gentlemen, patients, it won't be so much a spa gift as it is a piece of hardware. So I think they'll appreciate that as well. So, and Terry, on to you.
Okay, please forgive me, I don't have anything written down, so. Basically, Daniel and I wanted to talk about Facebook. So we need content for Facebook. So if any of you guys, as you can see in the newsletter, we have a contest going on right now for staff only, and it's to encourage you guys to add content to Facebook. So we actually have a $25 gift card, which is really cool. It's an ultimate dining card that you guys can win. And it's simple enough. You take a picture at work, tag yourself and some of your friends, like coworkers, that sort of thing. You can either send it to me or you can post it directly to Facebook and tag Abel in it. So we're really trying to get as much content as we can and as much organic content as we can. So we want coworkers, friendships, that sort of thing. We really want it to seem very personal. Another thing is, of course, we have the Awesome Nurses contest going on right now. So, tag your friends, share the post, get as much sort of, what's the word?
Interaction.
Yeah, interaction, information as you can going. Do I need to add anything, Daniel?
Just be sure to let us know when stuff's delivered so we can thank dentists and doctors.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like when, Dr. Gibb and that sort of thing brings stuff over, we need to make sure, if you want to just either call us or let us know, we'll come over and take a picture. Even if you guys want to take a picture and send it to us, our phone number's on that little sheet. So you can just go ahead and text it to either Daniel or myself or post it to Facebook. Yeah.
What's the feedback from the other offices? Do they say anything?
Oh, they love it. Like when we're posting like
Yeah.
the
And link them,
sort of thing. Yeah. So that's about it. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. I don't have a ton to talk about today, the staff order. So if anybody wants to get it on your Vigi or your Proderm, deadline is this Thursday at 5 p.m. If you have any questions about that, you can just give me a call. I can send out any product information you might have. If anybody needs a little consultation before ordering, we can see you before Thursday to get your orders in. Here's us. Yeah. You can fax it, you can email, yeah, whatever works. We have a new hire, Veronica, so her picture's in the newsletter. She is just bringing in lots of new, and she's here. Okay, and she's here. Veronica, you want to set up? Veronica. Welcome, Veronica. We're so excited to have you on board. Veronica will be working Tuesday through Friday and every second Saturday. So she'll really be helping me out, especially on those days where I'm not there on the Fridays. So Veronica will be taking over. So come on by, come see us. We have lots of new services to offer everyone. One other thing. Oh, we have an exciting opportunity. We're going to be going out to McGrath in June, and we're going to bring a little bit of our Botox to McGrath. So we're trying to get that done with Dr. McIntosh. We'll be out there in June. So to the clinic. Yeah, we can bring it to the acreage. Yeah. So acreage Botox. Anybody?
It works at under 6 years old, doesn't it?
Yeah. A little dirt in your Botox, no problem. It's fine.
So how good is that special, and we need to know by Thursday afternoon?
It's fabulous because it's 40% below cost. So the Vivier is 40% below cost, so that's below what the clinic orders, and same with the Proderm. So the Proderm is 40% below cost. So it's better than whatever we can get in. These happen about twice a year, so this is our May order, and then the next one won't be again until November. So get in now. Of course, you can always purchase your product at the spa, but anything off the shelf, remember, you just only get your 15% discount. So you're always welcome to come in and buy product from us, but that's only at 15% off. So now is the time to get in and get your stuff till Christmas. Okay? Great.
Can you hold that for me?
Yeah.
So just quickly, because we've got lots to cover here today with Jack, you know, everybody's anticipating the big mock drill. So first off, I'd like to welcome back McKay Murray. I think most of us know McKay, if you don't mind just standing up for 30 seconds there. McKay Murray, Dr. Brian's little boy there. We've been fortunate enough, like it says in the newsletter there, to have him here for our third season here for the summer here in between semesters. And he's a great asset to the organization. So as far as IT, things like that, if you're having any kind of issues or whatever, there's not just me now, there's McKay here to help us out through the summer months. And he's come just at the perfect time, because hopefully I wasn't going to have everybody hold their hands up, so that's fine. But we need to make sure that everybody has embraced our change as far as the sheep shearing up here, that you're all on your new email, that those are responsible for receiving emails for the doctors, for those kind of things, that everything's functioning properly. If not, let us know. I know there's still some that haven't had a chance to set things up. They didn't get the email, they didn't see the email that has their temporary password, those kind of things. Thursday from 11 till 1, hopefully that fits almost everybody's schedule. Just come down here. If we're not in here, we'll be at our desk. We'll try to be as close to the boardroom or our desk. Please come and see us and make sure that you get on board with that, because that's the way all of our correspondence, any emails ending with @abledentalgroup.com are going to be using that email. So make sure you're on board. It's an awesome little tool. We'll be able to share things like calendars. If you're looking for Sherry, even Dr. Murray and things like that, because he's not always going to be scheduled and able then to be here. He'll be other places doing other things. When we get everybody on board, you'll be able to quickly tell if that person should or shouldn't be here. And it's going to be the garbage in, garbage out type thing. If we're not keeping up on our calendar and things like that, we're not going to be able to use it as an efficient tool. We'll be able to share documents, so when there's important changes, maybe in our mock drills and things like that, we'll be able to have places there to share things with your organization. I've seen people starting to add groups, which is kind of exciting to see. Bernice put up a fun little group. What's the name of your group that you just added here? I think it was yesterday.
Fun night.
What do I call it? Fun night?
Fun time or something like that. Her group got together. They did a bunch of pottery stuff or something here just a week or so ago. So anyways, it's a lot more than just, you know, hardcore work, this and that. We can have some fun using this tool as well too. So definitely, if you have any questions, concerns, things like that, McKay, myself, let's get you on board and let's embrace this this change. It'll be awesome once everybody's on board. Any quick questions?
Thursday, 11 till 1?
11 till 1, yeah. Just come down here. We'll help you set up the app on your phone and that as well too, so that you can get your email there if you prefer it there. We'll try to keep those things separate between business and pleasure or home and that kind of thing, so that your email's a little more streamlined there for you. Okay, thanks.
So we don't have a ton of referrals this month again, which I know you guys probably just did, so we didn't take up a ton of time from Jackie's mock drills. But next month we need to have more of these. So if you refer your friends and family and they write your name on their walk-in or on their chart, you get a $25 gift card. All they have to do is show up for their appointment. It's just that easy. So we've got one for Terry Marie.
So I just want to take a moment and just welcome a few new faces. A couple of them have been mentioned already. So we have Amanda Schlichter. You can stand up. Hi, Amanda. So Amanda's going to be working with the team under Dr. James in Prosthetics, and she's going to be taking over Kirsty's position as implant, aesthetic, admin assistant. And we did mention Heather Scotland last month, but she wasn't here, but she was starting the next day, so you want to help us. Heather is one of 2 people who are in our central booking. Our other new lady will be starting next week, Kimmy Hoban. And then of course, McKay, he's in, he's out, he's back. So McKay, it's awesome. I know that your name has been changed like 5 zillion times in the last couple of days with some of our IT changeovers. So he has been like my right hand, real tall right hand man, helping us all out. So I know that's a welcome relief to Dennis for sure. So we also mentioned Veronica last month, and I think she was starting the next day as well, and Angela had mentioned her as well, joining the team. So that's a huge welcome for the Allure and just really helping to build that practice. So I know Ange is very excited, and you can get over there and see her. And she's just excited to do all kinds of treatments on all of us. There are a few people though that we are going to be saying goodbye to this month, and some of them, Marissa and Sonia Cole. It's this month. Oh, I thought it's. Oh, somebody told me you guys were having your party this month. I thought they were having their big party at the end of this month. No? Okay. Sorry, Marissa. We'll talk again next month. So Marissa is going to be moving back to Ontario, and of course she's going to be starting her new little family out there as well. So, and Julie Widgell in. And I think your last day is next week, correct? Thursday. So we'll be missing. I did want to take a few moments and just also mention our team commendation. And this month, I would just like to give a shout out to Shauna. So Shauna is our winner for this month, and I just wanted to read just a little notation that came in for her. It says, can I give Shauna from 511 Reception a shout out for her professionalism? She helped a patient who was hard of hearing and in pain by getting him in quickly. I'm impressed at how well she treats her patients. And I absolutely know how well she treats her patients. I've seen it for going on 10 years now, and she's just always been really kind to them and built long-lasting relationships with patients, and they just know her, and she welcomes them in the door each and every time. So, thanks, Shauna. And so we have a little wall of fame that Kay is going to help us put up on the wall. We did have Tegan with a big picture as well, that we're going to have these ladies posted along, and we can thank them and remind them all month long how much they need us. Thanks, Shauna. So we are crammed in here like sardines. I know last month I was like hyperventilating because it was so hot, and of course we had a little critter friend that was making me a little nervous. And we said that we were going to be having our meetings going forward over into the headquarters office, and then with just the change up with the mock drill today, we just decided to have it over here. Good advice. But next meeting and all future meetings will be in our new team training center that will be completely up and ready over at the other building. We already have it already, you know, stocked with chairs and stuff, so it's not like we're going to have to be tearing this room down, up and down every time that we want to try and have different uses for this. So that will be an ongoing building that will be just left up and running. So just know that all future, all group meetings will be over there, okay? And Jamie, is Jamie?
I got a text from him. Child was not very happy with him feeling sick, so he will get here as soon as he can.
Okay. Well, I guess for that, no further ado, here is Jackie for the rest
I
of
just want everybody to know. just stay right there, Jackie. Stay right there. Jackie, as amazing as she is, public speaking is not her deal.
She's amazing.
We want everybody to feel her pain.
Positive energy.
And positive energy heading her way. We are thrilled to have her do what she does.
Thanks.
All right. There's a couple of things before we get to mock drill that I just want to talk about. Nitrous, I am so pleased with how nitrous is going. Thank you everybody for coming to the Lunch and Learn, and then I've been kind of observing how it's been going, and not to be divisive, but 511, they just do it a lot more than 515. 511, awesome work. I really appreciate your support in making or providing nitrous to our patients as safely as we can. So I wanted to say that. I'll talk about the safety pillar. So with Jamie being here, we've developed or established the different pillars that we want to focus on. And one of those pillars is the safety pillar and what how we can improve safety for our patients. And we came up with reducing post-op infections. The current state right now with post-op infections is, I'm not sure how many we have because every office tracks it differently. Some people write it on a paper and people log that way. Some people put the code for a clean out for the post-op infection. Some is a no call, no charge, or I don't know what it's called. Anyway, so the current state is everybody collects that information differently. And so what I need is that everybody collects it the same. Then we can find out, do we have a higher than industry kind of standard of how many post-op infections we have, or what's acceptable for ABLE to say that we have. So that's the ideal state, is that everybody's going to track post-op infections the same. So how are we going to do that? Well, why? Because we want to reduce post-op infections for our patients, the cost for us, and more importantly, the cost for them missing work, having to buy antibiotics, that kind of thing. Who needs to be involved in helping reduce post-op infections? Everybody. Prevention needs to be everybody's business. It affects front end. They need to put the code in. It affects the call center when you're answering a call from a patient. I have an infection, I need to come in. Financial, looking at the codes. The dentist, obviously. The RNs, the RDAs, the RDHs. Everybody needs to be involved. Clinical and office managers, sterilization, IT, booking, treatment coordinators. What? Only patients that are seen in our offices. So what that means is, if somebody had their dental work done at another office, and now it's the weekend and they can't get a hold of the dentist and they know they can call our office, we don't want to track that person necessarily because we didn't do the dental work. We're interested in the patients that come to our office. That's who we want to track. So when I was doing that, looking everything up, we had to have a code that we could put in that everybody could use. And Bernie and I worked on it, and we came up with P000. And interestingly enough, that's poo. So I thought actually, and I was going to change it, and I thought, you know, that everybody's going to remember poo. Like, you'll just remember it now. And instead of T9126, whatever. So the code for tracking a post-op infection is poo. And then we ran a report on it. What it comes up on the patient's invoice is post-op appointment. And so it doesn't say anything about an infection, which we didn't want it to say. All right? So if somebody comes in for an exam for a post-op infection, the code is P000 or poo. And so I'm going to be putting little signs, let's reduce poo, around the office just so everybody can get in the habit. When's this going to happen? I'd like it to start today. If we could start today from now on, using that code if somebody comes in for a post-op infection. In about every Monday I'll be looking at that and gathering the information to see where we're at. In about 3 months I'll have enough information, maybe I won't, and we'll look at it. Do we need to do different things to reduce post-op infection? Are we doing everything we can, or is there something else that we need to be looking at to reduce post-op infections? And where do you get the information from? You get the information from each other. You get the information from the dentist. The dentist needs to say, well, we all know if somebody comes in with a post-op infection. But the dentist needs to say, yep, I'm going to give the patient an antibiotic for a post-op infection. This really should say post-procedure infection, because it's not just patients coming out of the OR. So post-op infection, post-procedure infection. Yeah.
So we get a lot of patients calling, new patient comes in, yes, they have an infection, they're on antibiotics, but we haven't seen that those are not considered post-op.
Somebody that had a procedure in one of our offices, it can be in any of the 5, and we're going to treat that infection. All right, if there's any questions, please ask me or any of my team afterwards. Okay, mock drill. All right. Every year I am responsible for going around to the other 5 offices to find, they have emergency kits in their offices, we have crash cards. And I make sure the meds are up to date and make sure they have all the syringes and needles and oxygen tubing if they need it. And this year, Sonia went for me. She went and visited all the offices. And out in the McGrath office, Karen Miller came up with a great idea. She's like, yeah, I have an emergency kit, but I'm not exactly 100% confident in what to use from there. And so she came up with an idea of, could there be cards made? And so Sonia brought that information back to me, and we made up some cards. And so these cards are on the crash cart, each of the crash cards. And if you ever have to work in any of the other offices, they're also in the kits there. So if a person has an allergic reaction, these are usually the symptoms they have, and this is what you need to do about it, and that is in the Emerge kit. If this person has a low blood sugar, I'll tell you a quick story about low blood sugar. Low blood sugar symptoms can be very misleading. I worked in New Haven in Yale Hospital, and so side note, it's the armpit of nursing. You don't ever want to go there again. But the manager there had a history of having low blood sugar. And the way it manifested in her, she had done it before and the staff had told me about it, is she gets really aggressive. Like she's really aggressive. And I thought, oh, that's an interesting thing, but whatever. And one of the days that happened, like she was having low blood sugar, she was hypoglycemic, and they must have picked up the signs that was starting to happen to her, and so they kind of brought her into a treatment room and closed the door, and she was enraged. She was like crazed. She was like pulling on the door, trying to get out, and so the symptoms of hypoglycemia, it was shocking to see, but that's what it was, is she was hypoglycemic, her sugar was low. In the Emerge kit, there's 2 different ways to help, or not nitro. There's 2 different ways. Yeah, that would be a problem. To help. If the patient's still awake and still can chew and protect their airways, basically what I'm getting at. If they can do that, they can chew on one of these oral glucose tablets. And there's about 15 grams of sugar or carbohydrate in that, and it will get their sugar up. If they're not able to chew, they really are like, their sugar's really low. This is called Instaglucose. And what you do is you just pop off the lid, you give it a good squirt in the patient's, in between their teeth and their tongue. And that is about 15 grams of sugar too, and it absorbs like that. And it is like they are out and then they're up, and it works that quickly. And that's in the Emerge kit as well. I said asthma, allergic reaction, and cardiac arrest. If somebody's having, or if they're having chest pain, they haven't had a cardiac arrest yet. What it looks like and what to do about it. On the card, it doesn't say anything about aspirin. There is aspirin in all of the Emerge kits. That's actually one of the things I would do, is get them to chew on some aspirin. All right, if they are having chest pain. All right. Ms. McKay, can you click on this PowerPoint right there?
No, you have to up here, so.
Dad will do it.
Okay, save that. Will you do that?
Working? Okay. Okay, there we go. And you want me to click on something else?
Slideshow up at the top. Yeah, click there. And then way over from the beginning. Yeah, good.
It will go one by one. Or will it just keep going?
It's however you set it up. Yeah.
Okay, I got the mouse.
Okay. Click it again, maybe?
Where is it? There it is.
Okay, so I'll just go over these quickly. Intruder, for all the new people. If there's an intruder in the building, what we do is we page Mr. White is in 511 reception. And usually I'm not happy with gender roles, but I'm happy with this one. All the male staff have to respond to a Mr. White page to an area. If their intruder can't be removed, the front desk is to call 911. Prevention, we try and prevent that from happening. Our doors automatically lock in the back. There is security circulating our building. Not sure what time he starts, noon to... Okay. Okay. But Anthony is around. There is a camera system, and if you have to park over at the other parking lot, you can move your cars here after 5 p.m.
Jackie, we do have Anthony's direct phone number at our front
Great.
desk if you guys need it.
Great. All right. Thank you. To review equipment failure and power loss, make sure everything is plugged into an appropriate outlet. If there's a little sticker on it that says UPS, it's uninterrupted power supply, so something like a ventilator in the operating room needs to be plugged into that. If there is any problems, page Dennis, and like I say, UPS is uninterrupted power supply.
Is that a different color plug-in, Dennis? I think they're the
Some of them are orange, yeah.
The one in the OR is white but has UPS on it, so you'll see both of those. CPR, we did CPR in March, just to review. The compression rate is at least 100. If there's one person, it's 30 to 2, and if there's two of you, 15 to 2. Use the AD if you need to, but get it available as soon as you recognize the emergency, and call 911. Fire, the first person to see the fire, page is code orange. Call 911, turn off the oxygen, it's the fuel for the fire obviously, and close all doors on the way out. So a little bit about anaphylaxis. You can go to the next one too, please. So, anaphylaxis is life-threatening. If it's not treated, the patient's airway may close off due to swelling. Remember that a child's airway is much smaller, and so there is more risk for a child. There's an anaphylactic for our office kit in the recovery room crash cart, and in the other offices it's in their Emerge kit. The priority treatment, of course, is epinephrine, and the secondary treatment is Benadryl. I'm going to show you, it's a 2-minute, well, it's an hour long, but I'm just going to show you 2 minutes of this clip. And it's Rosie O'Donnell, and she has had a heart attack. She had a heart attack in August, and she was in the CCU. She's got really colorful language, and so I only can show you 2 minutes of it, but she talks about it, what happened to her. So if you could click on that, and then I need to move it to...
You have to slide to about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Once it comes up.
What kind of language?
I like colorful language. I use colorful
Like
language.
red and yellow and orange, green.
Or F-bomb. Oh, you know. Go to 50. Right on 50. Keep on good. You don't want to hear that. Keep on.
That's good. That's good.
Right on 50. Great.
There you go.
You think I'm McKay, do you?
They didn't know why. So they kept coming in.
So she's in the CCU.
To examine and talk to
Can you turn it
to show everyone. This doctor who saved my life, he was a little bit like a game show host. He was kind of annoying, but I couldn't say anything because he had saved my life. You know what I mean? But he brought in all these interns. It was like Grey's Anatomy, you know? And he was like, hey, Rosie, how you feeling today? It's been a lot better than yesterday, huh? Hey, take a look at this intern. See this woman here, over 50 hours, 100% blockage of the LAD. She should be DEAD. Don't know why she's here. Surprise to all of us. You're a medical mystery, O'Donnell. Hey, any idea what this is, Rosie? Any idea? Take a look. Take a look. You know what that is, sweetheart? You know what that is? Fruit. That's fruit, honey. You gotta start eating some. Put down the ding-dongs. Put down the ho-hos. Start eating some fruit. He was so obnoxious, but what could I say, you know? I took some cherries because I was embarrassed, and I just ate them, and I had had cherries, like, my whole life. I baked cherries as a kid on Long Island, right? I grew up, you know, I had cherries. I didn't think anything of it, and he's talking to the interns, and I noticed that my tongue is getting a little bit numb. And then I realized that it's actually getting larger in my mouth. Now, I don't want to cause any trouble, because I already had a heart attack. Probably cheating the interns about my face, but then it came to a point where I had trouble breathing, so I said, excuse me, doctor, my tongue is now the size of a loaf of bread. Oh my God, interns, can anybody tell me what's happening to Miss O'Donnell? She's an anaphylactic shock. That's right. Apparently, Miss O'Donnell is allergic to cherries. Now, interns, what do we normally do with that? We give epinephrine. That's right, but we can't give that to Rosie. She had a heart attack. We don't know what the hell is coming up.
Anyway, so that's right.
Hey, where's my mouse? Gone. That doesn't work for me, baby. Okay, we got it. Thank you, Mr. Mouse.
Can you turn off the
Where's my mouse?
Sorry. So, anaphylactic reaction, it is an emergency. So what I'd like to do for the fire drill today is, instead of evacuating from here, I'd like you to go to where you usually work in the office. And if there's a couple of you, if you could pretend one of you or two of you are a patient and help the patients out. Now, a muster point, who knows what a muster point is?
It's a place outside of a building that you meet after a fire.
Right, and muster, it's a like when you're mustering strength to do mock drill, you're gathering the strength. It's an area of gathering. So McKay's right. It's outside of a building. If it was legit and we had patients that were coming out of the OR or out of IV sedation, those patients have to go to Cooch's office. They need to go inside Cooch's office. But everybody else, if we could just meet outside in our back parking lot. Now, last time we had a time of over 6 minutes, and that's a long time to evacuate a building if there's a fire. So if we could try and do better than 6 minutes safely, that would be great. So once you hear the horn, close the door and evacuate the building, whichever doorway you want to use. People in the basement, you need to close all the doors in the basement. Upstairs, just close all the doors and let's meet outside once you hear the blowhorn. When everybody's out, I'll come out, I'll give you the time, and then it's time to go to your breakout. No, that is, we got it. All right, so if you could go to the place where you normally work.
I'm going to go lay on the stretcher and see how long it takes for somebody to rescue me.
So somebody asked me by email?
We're working on it.
No, I got an email from her. We'll get you looked at.
Well, once I know what it is and what my password is, I can put it on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr.
You have
Anderson
two
at
separate ones.
abledanceGroup.com.
Yeah, but is there a
No, I thought
password?
Dr. Anderson was ours and his is going to be Dan Anderson. Because
We've got Dan Anderson. We've got Dan Anderson Dental at abledanceGroup.com. That's the catch-all.
So that one doesn't have a password or anything.
Well, it does. And the girls have it up front.
No,
we
I
can
looked
get
in
you
the email
password.
and there wasn't one in there.
Me and Terry, me and Tammy set that
I
up.
can see the link with all the doctor's information, but then not nothing with the password in it.
It's looked after that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So we'll look after
Nobody
Dan's
had
today.
no idea yesterday, and I was like, guys, I thought we already did this, guys.
We were supposed to do it last week.
I know.
Like I talked
Like I
with
said,
them.
I thought it was done.
And because we had verbal conversations saying yes, we're going to do this, and it never happened. So.
One day under.
Thanks for pitch hitting. Usually I have one of the gals do that for me, but because you were here, I thought, well, let's get McKay to do it. So.
I think I got it working okay. I'm not sure the audio is going to turn out.
Nah, that's okay. We got, we've got this one here too. We'll split it up. Well, that's just, there's an obstacle, I guess.
Hey, happy birthday in a few days.
Thank you.
Oh, got it. Good.
Too much.
Well, we can do that after the mock drill. We'll get her going. Either way. How you doing, Al? How you doing, Al? Oh, nobody was supposed to be in here. I was just going to sit in here and see how long it takes for somebody to get this dead body out of here.
I'm sure it's all you get up and start walking.